And welcome back to the Renegade Report. I'm Greg Kerr. We just had a nice time with President of Bakersfield College, Dr. Sonia Christian, and now we're happy to be joined by women's golf coach, Britnney Goehring. And Britnney, welcome, first of all.
Thank you.
I tell you what, Bakersfield College head coach, did you ever think or see that coming on your resume?
Nope, never thought I would be back here coaching at BC.
Well, the one thing I noticed is we take back, you went to Centennial High School, Bakersfield College. You're on the first team.
Yes.
Right? Take me back to those times. First year, Bakersfield College, brand new team. And any humorous stories behind that at all? Or just any memories?
I have a few memories. They were all good tournaments and fun and with the girls, and you get to travel and you play golf and but nothing stands out.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. From your experiences, though, both there and then, of course, you went on to play. I know you went to Cal Poly and then you went to Cal State San Marcos, right?
Yes.
So you landed in really nice spots, by the way, to live.
Yes,
okay?
Always by the beach.
Yeah, always by the beach. So having said that, what experience from your playing days at college, the life experience, not the golfing, but life experience in being an athlete, are you going to try to share with your athletes?
It teaches a lot. It teaches just things, life in general, that I think can help them outside of golf when they move on. There's a lot of life experiences they'll go through, and hopefully they'll take it to grow as a person and move on.
We've seen women's golf LPGA, and it's boomed a little bit, but at the other level, even here right now, you're saying come one, come all, aren't you? I mean, you want some girls to come out. You've got 5 players right now, but you're beating the bushes for players, yeah?
I've been hurting. We started with 2, and then I finally have 5. I'm still looking for more to come out. I know girls golf is still in progress of building in this town, but I've also seen too at like the semi-level of pros is the tours are falling out. So women's golf it's been like a roller coaster ride. So hopefully, we can get the program, step it up and get some girls interested and get them to come out and have some fun.
All right. Now, I know we have a photo of you, I think, back in the day a little bit. I think it's coming up, and there you go. From 2005, you won the Kern County Women's Amateur, right?
Yes.
Sudden death? I was there, actually. I remember it. I was trying to find video, and it was just almost impossible. We got a couple more shots of you. And, I don't know if you look at them and you wince, but once upon a time, actually, Britnney, I had hair, so I get you where you're going with this. But what was that experience like, winning that tournament back in 2005?
It was a great feeling. That's something that was one of my goals to do and to win, and won it in a playoff, which was nerve-wracking, but with all the hard work, and you just keep going for it, and.
You look pretty cool in those shades there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Do you remember any turning point of the winning that one in sudden death? Anything?
Not really. I don't really remember too much.
Don't remember too much.
Sorry.
But you did win. That's okay. No problem. This BC team, you have 5 players, correct?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, you have a great travel agent because you're playing in Palm Springs, you're playing in Santa Barbara, you're playing in Morro Bay.
Not too bad, right?
Can I go?
Yeah, you can go.
That's not a bad gig right there. Let's talk about your roster, though.
Okay.
You're formerly a coach at East High.
Yes.
So 3 of your players from East High, right?
Yes.
Break those down for me, first of all, those 3.
I've got Maddie Manor that's coming out. She's a great golfer. She's got lots of potential. She's really strong, so we're just trying to get her, the basics down, but she has so much for her future. So I'm going to push really hard on her. I have Kristen Gonzalez, who's also a former player of mine, and she's got a lot of potential as well. And then I've also have
Gabby.
And
yeah.
she played for a little bit for me, and I'm excited to have her back because she has a lot of potential as well. So those 3 are my ex-students.
Right.
And then I have Dakota Skinner, who's from Stockdale. And she's a player that you want to have all the time. She just shows up all the time. She gives 110%. So that's really good to have on your team. And then we have a girl from out of state New Mexico, and so she has potential to be a really good player, and she's got a lot of strengths.
That's Lindsay Maribel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Lindsay.
And you get a girl from New Mexico. There you go.
So
Yeah.
spice it up a little bit.
The challenge for you, though, recruiting. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, we've got a lot of, high school golfers here in town. I'm sure you'd like to lure a few of them to Bakersfield College. So what's your sales pitch, and what should they know? Because I think maybe some people think, boy, I have to shoot a certain score. Maybe that's not the case.
I've heard some feedback that the girls think they have to shoot a certain score, and it's not that case. I am willing to work with anyone. If you put the dedication and you're ready to come to practice, we can make it work. And I don't want them to think like they have to shoot a certain average, because anything's possible if you put your mind to it. So I just want to encourage all girls to come out. And, the thing that I think is great, and I had a great experience at BC, is you can still work on your game, get adjusted to the college life, play great courses, get that experience, and then you could possibly get on and go to a 4-year school with a scholarship and maybe play D1. Opposed to maybe you weren't ready out of high school, but then you have the opportunity to go on and transfer.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Now, a little bit in regard to, if you took a golfer, look, I'm left-handed, so
Okay.
that already I'm behind the 8 ball when it comes to golf, because I'm not Phil Mickelson and I'm not Bubba Watson. So if you took a guy or a gal that was just, if not beginner, a weekend warrior, and you said, okay, I can shave a few strokes off your game right away, what would that advice be?
Probably short game.
Which was your strength, yeah?
That is the key in golf. I mean, it's about 70% of your game. So to me, if you can chip and putt, you can save a whole lot of strokes with that. So as long as you know the basics with that, just like proper setup, understanding where to put the ball placement, club choice, you can easily knock off 8 strokes, if not more, just knowing how to understand the valuables of chipping.
Yeah,
putting.
and speaking for guys, we get out there with all this testosterone running through us. We want to bomb one down the fairway. It usually ends up somewhere we can't find it. But right there, you're just saying, guys, if you just controlled off the tee box, you'd be a lot better with that second shot and your score.
Yes, exactly. It's not always about how far you can drive it. It's about consistency and accuracy. But I've always told them, I don't care if a driver's not working for you, hit like an iron off the tee, just so that you have that consistency and get back into your groove.
So when you look at this year and your schedule and where you're going, how are you going to quantify success? You got a small squad. Hopefully it'll grow. What will you consider success this first year with BC Golf?
I'm looking for them. I wanted to get a goal started with what their weakness and strengths were. And so my thing is I want to get their weakness into strengths. So we'll kind of see. I mean, I'm kind of testing the water as far as their performance goes. But I'm hoping mentally and physically that where they are here, that they can grow and to be much better golfers by the end of the season. And then we'll go from there.
So basically growth.
Yes.
I mean, success can come on, small increments, large ones, or anything of that nature. I don't know, you're looking, hey, we're going to try to win a tournament or things of that nature. Maybe smaller goals right now and grow into that?
Yes. No, I don't want to set the bar too high. I don't want to set for discouragement, but just start small goals and kind of progress and see what we can come. I think this team and this program has potential to go all the way. It's just kind of taking strides. And
Now, your background also, other than when you played in college, and obviously, and you were on some tours too, the Golden State Tour and things of that nature, but also as an assistant pro down south. Tell me about that experience and what you think you can bring from there to here.
that was very challenging. It was very hard because you had to market yourself to get sponsors. I had to work, or some players didn't get to work. They just trained all day.
Right.
And I was jealous of that. But you have to be dedicated. You have to be strict with your schedule. And you just have to stay focused. And there's a lot of things I learned being down there with, into golf fitness and the mental part, because that I struggled with for so long. So with this team, I want to bring into like golf fitness, get them, conditioned right. And also bring in, it's not just physical, but it's also mental, because if you don't have the mental game, it can be very hard for you out there and you can just distract really fast. So I want to teach them, there's steps, and it's not going to come overnight, but hopefully it will come a little bit easier as they progress in the season.
And while with some coaches I might be talking, hey, your season when it gets started, yours is this weekend. Talk a little bit about what's coming up this weekend.
I'm very excited. The girls are excited. We're headed to Palm Springs. We're going to play Indian Canyon Country Club. So it's going to be a little hot, but I've told the girls, they've been training really hard, and I just want to focus on getting them comfortable and start getting them mentally prepared and get the rest that they need to go into it.
Now, sometimes I feel better when I hear somebody else tell me how they failed, because I'm not very good at golf. I've played it, and I actually have had a hole-in-one. It's not my,
That's
I'm
awesome.
it was pure luck, but it really was. It was a 6-man scramble. The 5 guys I played, and they all fainted. They couldn't because it was well, here's the deal. It was the 17th hole, and they had already seen me play 16, so they know this guy isn't very good. 16 holes, we're carrying this guy, and then I hole in one of the 17th, and they all looked like they saw a ghost. Okay, so having said that, how long you started golf at what age?
4.
4. Wow. Okay. If you could take me, let's go beyond a little older than 4. Give me an experience that you go, that's the worst shot or worst moment I ever had in golf. What would it be for you?
Oh, wow.
Help us weekend warriors feel better about ourselves.
I mean, golfers never want to hear this, but I mean, I've had a shank before in tournaments where it was an ongoing thing, and you get scared and then you start gripping it. And it was actually my senior year in college, and I had my parents out there, and I wanted to do really well, and I probably had at least 6 shanks out there, and that was very embarrassing because we don't do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's learning. You just have to kind of adjust when something hits. You just got to go with it and try to find something that works that day.
Well, been there, done that. So, hey, best of luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.
We'll be interested to see the progression that your girls make, and hopefully a few more climb on board, and the rest of the kids in Kern County, if they will do the same.
Yes, that would be
they
nice.
know that they've got a local coach who wants them on board. Fantastic. Britnney Goehring, the head coach of the women's golf team at Bakersfield College, they get underway this weekend. And some great spots that they're going to. Might follow you to Morro Bay, by the way, so we'll see about that one. We're going to take another break. When we come back, Jeff Chudy steps on board. They had a scrimmage last night. We'll talk about that and much more as they get ready for their September 6th opener on the road in Riverside. See you in a moment.